Hi guys, it's me, CtrlShiftCreate, and today I'm using the Control Pack mod for Minecraft 1.4.2, and this mod is really cool. It adds loads of different features, and you can customize lots of settings, and basically enhance your Minecrafting experience. So the first setting that you can change is this, and this is called the Better Third Person, and basically, it's better third person. I can spin around on the spot, and the third person doesn't just follow me wherever you go. So if you press F5 once, obviously you get this mode. F5 twice, you get this mode, and if you press it for a third time, you can just do this. You can just walk around. I think this would be really good if you're one of those people who kind of makes a little machinima kind of things. This would be good. Just like one day I was walking along, and you kind of get the gist. So on to the next feature. Okay, so the next feature is actually really useful if you're PvPing, and basically what it lets you do is if you click in your mouse wheel, you can actually see behind you. And I think that is actually really awesome because there are so many times that you're running away, like I always seem to end up doing, and you could just click in your mouse wheel to see if there's somebody behind you, and that would just be immensely useful. But one thing that annoys me is, as you can see, there are no mobs there. This is like rear view, but if I actually turn around, there are mobs. So I don't know why that happens. I think there are probably some settings I could tweak to make you actually be able to see the mobs, but if you can't, that would be really rubbish, because I could use this a lot of the time. Just click that and see if there's a creeper coming up behind you or not, but unfortunately you cannot do that. So the next feature is kind of a smaller feature, is if you run and then press F, it will actually toggle sprint. So you only have to press F once and then you'll be sprinting, and then you can just sprint for as long as you want until you let go of the go button or hit something. And that's really cool because it's much easier than double tapping. I mean, sometimes I try to double tap and then I glitch, but this will hopefully stop that from happening, so you can actually do it a bit more easily. Okay, so the next command is the sneak command, and you can equip this by pressing caps lock. And see, I haven't got it on now, and if I press caps lock now, as you can see, sneak is enabled. And basically this means you will go around in your sneak mode. You cannot get out of sneaking without pressing caps lock again. And this is really useful because I know I've always end up falling into lava because I've been stood on the edge of a block and I've accidentally let go of shift and I fall straight in. And this is really useful. Just by pressing caps lock you can do that. And again, this is really useful if I can find myself some ladders. So let's get back. Get out our ladders and we can try and scale this wall. And if you press shift, I think you should probably know this on a ladder, you will actually just stay completely still. You won't fall down, you won't go up. And if I press caps lock now, I should be staying perfectly still. And the best thing about this is you can actually open your inventory whilst on a ladder and you won't fall down, because I know usually you cannot hold shift and open your inventory at the same time. And this is actually lets you do that, which is really awesome. It's basically just a little bonus, which is really kind of helpful. So let's slide all the way back down our ladder, or just jump, and I can show you the next feature. Okay, so our next feature is if I get out my sword, well, I have a sword in my inventory, sorry, and I hit this creeper, it will actually automatically switch to my sword. Now you can fiddle around with this, so you can choose either the sword on the most left-hand side of your inventory, or the most right-hand side. Or you can choose the worst sword, so a wooden sword, or your best sword, so a diamond sword. So there are a lot of different configurations which you can use. I've just got on the default one, which I think is actually worst sword, but I've only got a diamond one, so that will do. And if I actually click this, sorry, my bad, I did that completely wrong. Basically, if you hold down click, you'll actually just keep attacking the pig. You don't have to keep rapid clicking like I know sometimes you have to do. But you will actually just hold it down and you can click as fast as you can possibly click. And again, that would be really useful on kind of PvP games. I mean, it is a bit cheaty, but I think it's actually quite useful. I don't know whether I'd use it because I do feel a bit like a cheat. And some servers might be able to detect that and they would ban you. And is that normal? Oh, it's a certificate zombie thing. Okay, you can die. Okay, so our next one is, again, if we do Alt-C, extra key bindings, we can see all of these ones, and we're going to do waypoints now because these are actually quite cool with this mod. If you've ever used REI Minimap, it's better than that, I think. So you press full stop or period or whatever you call it in American to open up this menu, and then you can set a waypoint. Either you can type in the coordinates, which is probably going to be kind of hard because I don't know how to do these coordinates things. Or you can just click set, and that will just say wherever you are. And then you can put a name for it, so let's do control. I've still got caps lock on. Control, and there we go. That should set waypoint control. So as you can see, in the top right of my corner, there is a little arrow next to control, and that will actually point to my waypoint. And above that is the coordinates I'm at already. So this arrow, I think, is much better than an REI minimap, which just ruins your landscape by having a huge, great blob. And this little arrow, I think, looks much better. And then again, by pressing the full stop, you can just get rid of that. And there we go, so it's disappeared, and it doesn't clog up your screen anymore. Now, probably my favorite thing is if I do Alt-C now, and go to SFX options, you can actually change the individual sounds of all the different things in Minecraft. So here we have rain falling, and that's really annoying, so you could turn that down to 0%. Splashing water, I kind of like that, I'm not going to lie, so I'm going to have that on 200%. A door and a chest. Now, no, they're rubbish. Let's just turn them down to 19%, very specific, 19. Shoot with bow, basically you can just fiddle about with everything. It even has piston ins and outs. Sometimes they can get annoying if you made a really big piston thing. Flowing water, I dislike that. Explosions, 200% any day. And being near a portal, that, I find it scary and just painful, so I'm going to have that completely turned off. And I can't actually tell if that's done anything because I've got my headset on and my speakers are turned off. But that should just basically change the in-game sounds, and I would find that very useful. Okay, so the last two features I'm going to show you are the auto block feature and the auto run. And basically what auto block does is, as you can see, if I place these down, when I almost run out, it will actually switch to my second stack. So there we go. If I switch this 60 stack into a 7 stack and a 30 stack, if I place down these, as you can see, it switched straight to my next stack, which I think is really, really cool. It's a lot quicker than thinking, oh dear, I've run out, let's scroll to the next one, find the next one. It will actually automatically do that for you, which is, again, a lot quicker and a lot easier. Okay, so I did just die for some reason. I think a creeper exploded on my back. I should have used my turnaround vision, but if you're wondering why I'm suddenly in a different place, that's why. So the auto run feature is if I press R, as you can see in the top left, it just says running, and basically you will run until you press another button. So I can just keep running around, and you can press space to jump as you normally can, although one thing I would probably notice is if you're walking towards an edge of a cliff and you panic and forget which button to press, you could very easily walk off the edge of this cliff. Now this mod I think is a really, really awesome mod. I would love to use it in Adventure MC, although I think a lot of people would consider that as cheating. But this mod is really, really useful. There are millions of possibilities, things you could do with this mod. So as I've said, there is a link to download in the description. Go get it because it's really cool. So Control, signing out.